Ian and Anisa have stepped down completely. There's no creative involvement. There's no financial involvement. There's no ownership involvement.
This is brutal. They know that they're poisoned. 34% profit share, originally allocated to Ian and Anisa, is also being distributed among fighters. That means that they were getting a third of some form of profit while they sat here and on Ethan Klein for ruining a charity event, despite the fact that clearly charity was an afterthought.
It's really awesome to be able to get this back on track, to turn this into like a really, really positive event.
I like that. Turn it into a positive event, insinuating it never was.
I'm really, really, really proud of iDubbbz.
This is what iDubbbz loves. He loves being a good boy. It pisses me off so much about iDubbbz. He always needs you to tell him he is a good fucking boy.
With the moving schedule, there may be some fighters that are dropping out just because they can't do it schedule-wise.
Oh, that's a good excuse. All right, guys, let's get these segments going. All right. I saw this Creator Clash thing, and I was like, you know what? I want to talk about this. It's specifically for this whole 34% profit sharing thing that was originally allocated to Ian and Anisa is going to be redistributed amongst the fighters. That's crazy because they've been pushing this as a charity event. Where originally it was more like, hey, we'd like to do charity with it, but now it's like, you stopped the charity event. They're virtue signaling. It's not a charity event to me. This doesn't communicate charity event, so obviously they're trying to sensationalize. But then also Creator Clash put out like a little thing. Let's talk about Creator Clash 3. I think that's great. I didn't even know Creator Clash had their own thing. It's got 6,000. Okay, it's got 6,000 subscribers. This is the third Creator Clash. You'd think that Ian and Anisa, or Anisa and her husband, would have pushed this much harder so that we would have all known about it. But I had no idea that they had their own website. This is embarrassing for them. Why didn't we know about this, and why wasn't iDubbbz streaming at least on his main channel to try to push this Creator Clash thing? Like, it seems like a fucking throw out. I also want to take a look at this. This is Jayleray. This is somebody we used to be mutuals on TikTok. Well, before I got my first ban, and we stayed mutuals on Instagram until recently. She unfollowed me because I was making clips plugging my Ethan Klein, my pro Ethan Klein stance. Don't send human skulls to people or call CPS unjustifiably, guys. It's a tough take for some people to handle. But, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Anyway, let's start with this Q&A thing. This is the transparency Q&A. I think it's beautiful, you know? I'd be pissed, by the way, if I was a Creator Clash, because I feel like Ian and Anisa are not supporting this event properly after they decided to fucking jump ship. It's kind of pathetic. You know, Anisa couldn't even say that the event was in, like, great hands, better hands. You know, apparently her hands are better. I have no idea. You'd have to ask iDubbbz, but he has nothing to compare it to. When and where is the updated Creator Clash 3 event taking place? Creator Clash 3 will now take place on Saturday, October 25th, so they changed the date, at Hollywood Palladium in Los Angeles, California. Tickets will be available to attend the in-person event, and it will be broadcast live on Veeps. Listen, there's no shame in downsizing the event. Maybe I'll go. Just because they're not attaching themselves to the event anymore. You guys want to invite me out? California, you say? October, California? Wait a minute. Is that a Disney trip? Oh my goodness. I don't know. But I think it's a good thing. They're trying to actually take control of this event, and I actually respect Creator Clash 3 for doing that. You know, they have to obviously swallow their pride and take a step back, but for this to be a successful event, it won't be successful until Creator Clash 4 or 5. This is going to be a tough one, but with them stepping away, you know, I would consider it just a kind of a fuck you to them, especially since they're no longer getting paid apparently from it like they thought that they were going to in the first place. I think the venue's much smaller. Apparently it only holds 4,000 people, but hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Why was the event moved to Los Angeles? Los Angeles made the most sense. It's a much larger market. It's probably most of the people live in California as well. It's creators. It's home to a lot of creators and helps us keep event and production costs down. That means we can put more focus on what matters, making the show great, raising money for charity, and giving the fans the best experience possible, whether you're watching live or tuning in from home. I think that's, I mean, again, great response. What's happening with ticket refunds? All in-person ticket holders will receive a full refund through Ticketmaster. Okay. That's fair. Pay-per-view tickets will be still honored for the new date. That's also fair. I think that this is reasonable. I think this is a great PR move to make it successful. Be like, hey, you can get your money back, and then you get to make the decision of going again since it's a different day. If you prefer a refund instead, those will be made available for all PPV tickets holders. Okay, that's great. I didn't even think they have to go that far, but God bless them. Information on event tickets for the LA event will be announced in the coming weeks. We'll keep an eye out. Will all the original fighters still be competing? Not all fighters will be available for the new date. Any updated fight card will be announced in July. That will also include some fresh faces. I think that's fair. You know, I know that they still have, my understanding is that they still have some of the people who are no longer fighting on the card. And, you know, but they're going through a transition. I now separate Creator Clash from them. It looks like, they've taken down people like Harley. I wonder if he would be willing to do it again. You know, these guys look like the same person. What the hell? Scary, because they're black. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Cut that out, August. I don't know why I would say that. There's nothing wrong with me. Not good with the optics today, we see. Okay. Anyway. Okay. What's happening with fundraising and charity? Fundraising efforts will continue and expand in the lead up to the new event date. All funds raised so far are secure and unaffected. The Creator Clash 3 broadcast will once again be run as a charity stream, with Stand Up to Cancer remaining our exclusive beneficiary. Okay, cool. Funds raised through the Creator Clash Tiltify campaign go directly to charity. All donations and designated fundraising proceeds go to the SU2C. What the fuck is that? It's the Creator. I don't know what the hell that is. While Creator Clash is traditionally promoted for-profit event, the financial success of the event does not impact the amount raised for charity. This structure, separating charitable fundraising from business operations, is new to this year and was put in place after the setbacks and confusion that followed last year's event. It's part of our commitment to rebuild trust and create charity mission clear, transparent, and protected. This is actually insane, and the fact that Anisa and her husband have separated from the event, and this goes into place, I can only assume, means that whoever took over decided to say, hey, we want to make sure you guys know what is going to charity and what's going to our fighters. That's transparency that I think is fantastic, and I don't think that is an idea at all from the last two failures running the show, because I don't think that they were necessarily interested in it being a charity event. I think that they were interested in this being a virtue signaling event, personally. But what do I know? Why did Ian and Anisa step away from Creator Clash? Ian and Anisa have stepped away from Creator Clash in every capacity as stakeholders, event managers, and creatives to give the event space to grow under new leadership. This makes sense. I said a while ago that the only way that they would let them walk away from this is if they took all financial positives away as well, because this is a fucking catastrophe of an event. They chose to step down to allow Creator Clash to separate itself from the ongoing controversy, allowing us to work towards rebuilding trust and refocusing on what the event was always meant to be, something that supports creators, entertains fans, and raises money for a good cause. All other partners remain the same. Okay, that's fair. Who are the official spokespeople for this event? Your hosts and spokespeople for CZ3 are Aaron Hansen, one of the Hansen brothers, Alan Pierce, and Ethan Nestor. Wow, that's a nerdy-ass name. Do the fighters get paid? Yes, each fighter receives a guaranteed purse to help cover training and preparation expenses. Makes sense. In addition, 20% of the net profit, so the profits after all expenses from the event, will be evenly split among fighters, which, by the way, I think is a great idea. It's almost like Dota had like a compendium. It's a good idea. Like 50% of the profits went to the prize pool. A further 34% profit share, originally allocated to Ian and Anisa, is also being distributed among fighters following their departure. I can only assume that that means that Ian and Anisa jointly were getting 1/3 of the profit share. I don't know. I'm not a super intelligent. I don't know if that means they were getting 34% pre-net, like net profits, or gross profit share. I don't really know exactly what this means. What I do know that this means is that means that they were getting 1/3 of some form of profit while they sat here and shit on Ethan Klein for ruining a charity event, despite the fact that clearly this was not a charity event. Charity was an afterthought, which is fine, but they pushed it as a charity event to virtue signal to try to go after Ethan Klein. And that's fucking pathetic and disgusting. That's what I do know. All right. So now let's talk about Creator Clash 3, dude. All right, let's watch this Creator Clash. Let's talk about it. Again, it's strange that I never knew about this channel, the Creator Clash channel. Only has 6,000 subscribers. This is the third Creator Clash. And clearly Ian and we'll say Anisa and her husband have not plugged this properly or appropriately. They never seem to really care enough about this event for it to ever succeed. I don't really understand. They must be idiots. Whoa! Punching people!
Nobody brought boxing gloves to punch me in the face?
Oh, I should have.
Blah, 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 blah. No one's ever
All right, this is an interesting intro here.
I've done that there before.
Hey guys, we're fun. We're silly guys. We're some fun, silly guys. Look at how fun and silly we are. Yeah, you like that? Look at how fun we are. That's how fun and silly we are. What is happening?
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
My name is Ethan Nestor. I fought in Creator Clash 2,
right.
and I won. And I'm here with my pals to talk about Creator Clash 3.
Yes, hi, I'm Alana. I also fought in Creator Clash 2 and won
All right.
by a single point. Still counts.
Fantastic. Good for you. I think Ian should push Lena to rejoin CC3 and raise money and promote it to dunk on Ian. Further thoughts? I think that it would be great to... I think that it would be a good thing. I think it would be badass if Ethan Klein decided to buy this event in some capacity. Also, Ethan, if you decide to go to the event, invite me out, dude. Invite me out. By the way, I saw your fucking message, punk. I saw your fucking message, Ethan. I don't know if it was you, but I see you motherfuckers, and I see that they raised me, by the way. They fucking raised me. I've been on a harassment campaign of Ethan Klein harassing him about the goddamn hat that they didn't send me. It started as a little joke that I said as my wife and I were opening the very generous package that they sent us of Teddy Fresh. Solid quality, by the way. Made a joke about no hat, kept the joke going over and over and over again to the point where I even reached out to Ian. He reached out to Ethan and I said, "Good job. Hats off to you for the debate that you had with Hassan." It was it's a nod at the hat. I'm just trying to harass him about the hat. I find it to be a funny joke. My wife hates it. She thinks it's very unappreciative, but I think the meme is funny. They reach out to me last night. Teddy Fresh reaches out to me and they said, "Hey, we're sending a package on the way." They send you the code to track it. We're all out of hats though. We're all out of hats though. Okay. All right, you're out of hats. How the fuck are you out of hats? What the fuck? So I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that this is just we're going to war over this hat at this point. Okay, Ethan, we're going to war over this goddamn hat. And all I have to say though is that when you do finally send me a hat, there better not be any fucking netting on the back of the hat. I hate that shit. Okay, there better be a nice fucking hat, dude. If there's any netting on that hat, I'll still thank you for the gift. So, we're going to war. We're going to war, dude. We're going to fucking war. Going to war. That's what's happening right now.
And I'm Aaron. I fought and lost, and then fought and won in Creator Clash.
It was like a Rocky 2 moment.
Yeah.
You lost in Rocky 1, but you won.
Yeah, 2 was a big comeback for me, so
Did you fight a black guy? Did they fight a black guy in Rocky?
I appreciate that. And I'm also the co-founder and co-owner of Real Good Touring, who has been the production partner for Creator Clash since the very beginning.
All right.
There's a lot of things that we want to talk about, but first and foremost, we want to announce that Creator Clash 3 is moving dates and locations.
It's so funny because you know that they will never shit on Ian and Anisa for this, and it's because it would make them look bad. It would be like bad press, and it would draw unnecessary drama. And so now they also get away with not getting criticized the way that they deserve to get criticized for how they fucked this event.
October 25th, 2025 is the new date for Creator Clash, and now it is taking place at the Hollywood Palladium here in Los Angeles, California.
Whoa.
Well, thank you. Wow. We don't have hype men, so I guess that's... with that
Excuse me, it's hype people. Okay, guys.
comes a couple questions about... ticket sales. A lot of people bought tickets for the Amelie Arena show.
Okay.
All those will be refunded. We will be updating you on when the new tickets will be on sale. If you bought pay-per-view tickets, those still stand. But if for whatever reason you would like a refund, they are offering
If for whatever reason, guys.
that as well.
I'm excited to have it here too. There's so many people on this side of the country who haven't been able to make it, who now can make it, and
Yeah.
also we're hosting it now.
We are
Crazy
hosting it.
because we
Yeah.
live here.
Alana and I will be hosting the pre-show.
Yes,
We'll have some goofs and some gaffes.
it's gonna be super fun.
Whoa! Was that a little Ethan Klein invitation right there that we just heard? I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be great. But yeah, today we just wanted to make a video to clear up some questions that people have. It's been kind of rocky communication-wise the last couple of months, and so we just wanted to sit here and clear a bunch of things up. Let's get to it.
Yeah, so one thing that I misunderstood until talking to you guys at Real Good Touring was I thought that Ian and Anisa had stepped back but I thought that meant they were still involved. They have actually stepped down.
So yes, Ian and Anisa have stepped down completely. There's no creative involvement. There's no financial involvement. There's no ownership involvement.
Oh, this is brutal. Why, hey, Papa God, why is this so brutal? What does this matter? Why is this so brutal to you? What the hell is this brutal for? What does this matter? Dude, they feel the need to make a public display of like, hey, Ian and Anisa are no longer attached to the event. Why else do you think that they're doing this other than the fact that they know that they're poison? That's the only reason why they would do that. That's it.
They completely gave their stake to us, including their financial stake. They actually dispersed among the fighters, which is very cool of them to do.
How is it cool of them to do? See, they told you they have to jerk them off a little bit. How is it cool of them to do? How is that cool? Like, that's not cool at all. They have to, like, I can't imagine they would have ever been able to step away from this event unless they're willing to financially untie themselves from it. That's not cool at all. That's absolute dog shit. There's no way that they even believe that whatsoever. Okay? That is what had to have happened, or else they wouldn't have been able to step away. Right? Like, there's no way. That was cool of them. They gave up their stake of their profits. Oh, that's cool of them? Really? You think that they would have been able to financially disconnect themselves from this if they decided they were going to take any of these profits? There's absolutely no fucking way.
Throw your questions at Aaron, basically.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have to acknowledge.
Yell at me now.
We have to acknowledge that they, set the foundation for this event.
Yes.
And it started out with such a positive mission statement. That's why I wanted to be involved in the first place. It is such a cool idea. A bunch of creators getting fit, punching each other in the face, and it's for charity. I feel like it's just the mess.
Is it for charity, or is that like an afterthought? Are we still doing this whole it's for charity thing? I feel like that's a new thing. The whole charity dynamic is somewhat new. There's always charity's been a second thought, but you guys seem to be doing it the correct way for charity this time, but not last time.
The message is so inherently positive that it's a shame that it became this dramatic internet thing that it never should have been. And
yeah, whose fault is that? Girly Pop.
And I'm just very glad that attempts are being made to fix all that.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest questions that people have is about how the event was run in the past and what is going to be different about it now, because obviously the first year was crazy successful. There was over $1.3 million raised, and so that was incredible. Second year, we upped the stakes, we made it a little bigger, and unfortunately it did not pan out in the way that
because they had the whole Sam Hyde controversy
we wanted, and there was no money raised for charity, which was so heartbreaking, especially so fighting in it,
or
putting all of that time and energy into doing this thing. And I know for a lot of us, especially you, Alana, you are always doing charity stuff, and to put yourself in the ring to fight, a big reason that we did it was because it was okay, it's for a good cause, it's for charity, and then when you go and do it and no money is raised for charity, that sucks.
Yeah, I've been pretty candid with you about this, Aaron, about how disappointed I was and how burnt I felt by it. And I was talking to a separate fighter who's not in the room about this just yesterday. It was
I like this video so far, because to me, I'm definitely reading this as frustrations from these people that can know that they can't fully express how they feel because it will jeopardize the event. They know that they can't push too hard into Ian and Anisa. Anisa and her husband, because they know that would jeopardize the event, and they're not idiots like iDubbbz who decided to jeopardize the event with the way that they decided to interact with this. So I respect the way that they're talking about it, but it's so funny.
You work so hard. I had a family member who was in the hospital with cancer at the time, and the thing that kept me going, that stopped me from quitting and just going to be with them, was I was this is for charity. You're raising money for charity. You're raising money for a good cause. You got to keep going, and it was so hard. And then when I found out that we didn't, I think I cried. I was so disappointed that it was very difficult to take away positive feelings from the event, even because I was just so crushed by that news. And so when Restructuring called and asked if I wanted to host the pre-show again, that was my first question: is how can you guarantee to me that is not going to happen again? So what are the changes?
Yeah, and likewise, we were devastated as a fighter and as a producer of the event. It was awful that happened, and the audience too. to know that like buying into the event and watching the event, thinking that their money's going to charity, and then it didn't turn out that way. The first two Creator Clashes, they ran on the same model. Naively, we believed that with the first Creator Clash, that the success of the event would be shared with the charity. So,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like they just handled everything pretty poorly behind the scenes. But okay, shit happens. I mean, I think this one would have been better if Ian and Anisa just decided to chill the fuck out and not turn it into an entire spectacle by making this ridiculous H3 hit piece.
So funding it through various sponsorships, but mostly ticket sales and pay-per-view sales, pay for the event, and then everything else is gravy for charity, which luckily worked for that
Gravy.
year. We raised $1.3 million for charity. It was great. With that thinking, we moved on to Creator Clash 2, scaled it up a bit, and it turned out that we weren't able to
scaled it up a little too bit. Am I right, guys?
Make that money back and to reach those goals, which again was very devastating. So going into Creator Clash 3, we've completely restructured it. So all of the onus is on us to pay for the event, to produce the event through our partners, through our sponsors, and we will be doing a traditional fundraising through Tiltify. It's running right now. You can donate it to it right now. We've already raised $238,000, which is so awesome.
Is that the money that they raised on Hassan's stream? I mean, that's good. But yeah.
That's gravy. That's going straight to charity. So every dollar that is raised for charity through this event will be going straight to charity. The event will be funded by ticket sales. It will be funded by pay-per-view sales, and the fighters will be receiving a cut of that revenue.
Yeah, it's basically two separate things now, right? There's the event pot, which is handled a very traditional event way, and then the charity is totally separate. So like even if you don't like watching boxing, you could still donate to the charity. It's up on Tiltify already. You can get involved immediately.
I mean, that makes sense. Although you can kind of argue like what's the point of the event in the first place, but it still does raise awareness, the existence of the event. So.
And it's very transparent of like, okay, you can see the number right now on your screen of how much money we have raised so far. Every cent of this is going to an amazing cause, which is awesome.
I'm glad that you feel that way. We do too. And there's going to be a lot of other really cool things around the event. We're encouraging the fighters to do their own campaigns, before and after the event.
Yeah, that's nice to encourage them. Obviously, maybe... I mean, usually you'd pay your own fighters to be part of like the advertising avenue of that. I think that's originally why Jayla Ray made this video that I believe she took down. And I think that she did this because she thought that talking about the H3, that this would have been good for it. Yeah, it seems like she took it down. I think that this was her way of like, oh, you know what? I'll advocate for the event by, posting this abysmal video.
All these efforts are not going to be wasted. We are going to be raising a ton of money for charity. Our goal is $1 million this year. I really think that that's possible to do.
Yeah.
And the fighters
Me too, guys. My goal is $1 million this year as well.
Really excited to show off their hard work and to support this event and to raise that money. Like I'm just so grateful that I get to be a part of it and that it's happening.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like the reason that I am sitting here in the room right now with you guys is because, like a lot of other people, I believe in the event. And so it was a crazy success the first time.
That's fair. I mean, they probably bought into it because they were like, they loved the idea of it. A fighting event, charity, blah, blah, blah. It could be really cool, and then Anisa had to fucking ruin it then.
Second time, some mistakes were made and it didn't go the way that we wanted, but I am here involved because like changes are being made to make it be what it's supposed to be at the end of the day, which is an entertaining show with really fun fights with like some of your favorite creators for charity. And that's really what we're trying to bring it back to, is we're trying to not have any external internet bullshit. It's just supposed to be a fun boxing event for charity, and that's really what it should be. And
it's
that's
such
really
a good
what it's
mission statement, and it's such a bummer that it ever got away from that. It seems so silly that it ever got away from that because it's so clear.
It does seem so silly. I wonder if this just maybe seems like they're venting. It's so silly that it ever got away from that. Yeah, I fucking agree. I totally agree with that. It was very silly that it ever got to this point.
What the event is supposed to be.
People are already punching each other in the face. You don't need other
Why not
trauma.
do it for charity? Come on. I mean, that's so true. Like, it's such a special event. I've said this many times, but fighting in Creator Clash was one of the best things that I ever did with my life. Like what it did for my self-confidence, what it did for
Totally, yeah.
you know, my relationship with my body and my mind, my discipline. Like it was so profound for me, and
It's so cool. Like it's such a
I wish I
wild
knew,
thing
guys.
to have done. Like anytime I like tell somebody that I had a boxing match, it's like it's a crazy thing to be
Yeah.
able to say. It is wild and yeah, very cool. And I've done the same thing. I had enjoyed watching boxing, but no interest in trying it, and then did it and trained. I have punched both of you in the face actually,
Yes.
which is great. That's a huge positive in my opinion. And yeah, I've encouraged like a bunch of people I know to start boxing too, because it's like such good like total body fitness.
I mean, that's cool. I imagine the training is. I personally don't know if I'd ever want to actually box because, traumatic brain injuries and whatnot doesn't really sound fun to me.
But as said, it's also really, really hard. So we have to give a shout out right now to the fighters who are training right now. It's like a bummer also for them that they like maybe have felt a little awkward recently about promoting the event or talking about it. And we want like everyone to like get back behind them and recognize like how hard they're training and how difficult it is to do
It
this
is
at all.
so insanely hard
Yeah.
training for this event. You are not only obviously working out every day, but something that people don't think about is they think, oh, you're going in training for an hour or 2 hours or maybe 3 hours out of your day. And they just take that one little time. It is all life consuming because
Really? I mean, I don't know anything about boxing, so I guess that could be true. That sounds like a little too much, no? Doesn't that seem like a little excessive? I don't know. Like, don't you need time to rest? Is that like typical for like typical boxers? Do they typically train for I mean, I could see it being life consuming because like diet and all that, but really you're training that often? Oh, wow. Okay. So the quick AI overview says boxers typically train 3 to 5 times a week, with each session lasting 3 to 5 hours. I mean, I guess it depends on your ability to recover. That's pretty wide though. But even 3 days a week, 3 hours a day is fucking preposterous. That's crazy, man. I couldn't imagine recovering from that. That's fucking insane. Damn. I guess you have to do strength work, conditioning work, technique work. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy.
you are exhausted. You have to watch what you eat. You have to do all of
Ew,
this
wow.
stuff.
Hey, listen, I watch what I eat too. I watch it go into my fucking mouth, baby. I watch it go into my fucking mouth.
Huge mental game. Like not only coming to terms with the fact that you are going to get hit, but as somebody who is not a violent person, like being okay with hitting somebody else, it's a huge
Yeah, I know that you have to learn how to get hit too. That's pretty fucking crazy. I don't know. It doesn't sound fun to me. Doesn't sound fun to me, dude.
mental stress. And so
Remember that time you punched me and I immediately fell to the ground and vomited?
and I still feel really bad to this day. It was really not great.
It wasn't your fault.
I think people forget because they just see maybe some like Instagram photos or whatever of what the fighters are doing. The amount of training and hard work that they're putting in is immense. And however long that they have been training, whether it's just a month or the last 9 months or a year, that's been like all they've been doing. It takes up your whole life. And so
Yes.
huge props to them for committing
Thank you
to
to
it.
them too. Like it's such
Yeah.
an important thing
Yeah.
to do, which I think related. We should talk about because there was confusion about this last year. Even I was confused about how fighters get paid. The fighters do get paid.
Yeah, we want to make sure that the fighters are taken care of, number one, and number two, that they're safe.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing for us. So fighters do get a purse, we're calling it. It's basically funding for training.
It's essentially a
reimbursement.
reimbursement.
Yeah.
It was frustrating having people think that we got paid for it. Basically, the fighter's purse was for the
Well, it makes sense for fucking having people like the training costs, no?
thousands of dollars that we spent. Fighter's purse was for the thousands of dollars that we spent to train.
It's just to make sure people can do the event.
Yeah.
You can't ask creators to take all that time to box. A lot of people would have to say no if you couldn't at least cover the cost of their training or their food, right? Like I had to set an alarm to remember to eat because I had to gain weight. So
Me too, guys. Me too.
spent a lot of money on meat, dude. like unironically, but it's also like all
Me too, dude. Last time I went to the Pride Festival, a lot of money on meat.
of your doctor's examinations, or you need to get like physical therapy. Like there are a lot of a lot of costs that go with that. So the idea is not that the fighter's getting paid because they're trying to profit from a charity, then it's basically that they're being reimbursed for the money that they've spent on the event so that they don't just lose a ton of money. Obviously.
So all fighters are receiving that. Moving the event means more training for them, which is something that we added to the budget to reimburse them for. And also, with the moving schedule, there may be some fighters that are dropping out just because they can't do it schedule-wise.
Oh, that's a good excuse. That might be true, but also it might just be like they lost confidence in the event. By communicating that to people, it's like, oh, okay, maybe that's why they're dropping out. Maybe it has nothing to do with the fact that they lost confidence in the event. It's a smart idea to say that, whether it's true or not.
And the replacement fighters will also be compensated for their work and time. But at the end of the day, this is the fighters are volunteers.
Yeah.
And that's something very cool that everybody's chosen to do, that they're very passionate for. Like you don't just like, okay, into this, like you have to want to do it. And it's so cool that they decided that they want to.
Yeah, and I mean, like I ended up donating my whole fee to charity. I know actually multiple people did that last year anyway. So there's like, not only are they also spending their time doing it, some of them are also going to be doing charity streams alongside this to also make sure they raise money for charity. Like there are so many ways other than just crowd participation for the fighters to get involved in, and we're encouraging them, from my understanding, to do some streams leading up to the event to already get money.
What is encouraging? I mean, I'm assuming encouraging means that you're just gonna. Do they have like an advertising call? Like, do they have any advertising for this? Like, I don't really understand that part. It seems like they have no advertising sense at all. Like, they're not trying at all to fucking advertise this event. Like, it seems a little strange that there's like no effort being put in. I don't know, maybe there is, but I just feel like the advertising for this always sucked. It was never a priority. But advertising is very important.
It's really awesome to be able to get this back on track, to turn this into like a really, really positive event. I really want to be able
I like that, turn it into a positive event, insinuating it never was,
to support the fighters, for them to get excited publicly about their fights, because that's what this is all about. Creators getting in the ring, doing something they don't usually do, getting out of their comfort zones, training, pushing their bodies to the limit for your entertainment.
Yep.
It's going to be funny. It's going to be exciting.
The energy in that arena in Creator Clash 2, and I'm sure in Creator Clash 1, was unreal.
Yeah.
And though that moment was such a highlight of my life, I've never felt energy like that
goosebumps
before.
now that you're talking about it. It's crazy to think about.
Just
So nice.
hearing everybody and seeing how crazy excited everyone was, and it was just such a positive vibe being there, and that's what it should be. It should be a fun, entertaining event that raises money for an amazing cause.
Yes, so that's what we're bringing it back to. We're super excited to do it. Ethan and I are going to be hosting the pre-show. I'm sure it'll be very fun. We want to get you hyped, get you excited. We want to make you laugh. And we want to raise money for a good cause. That's the whole plan.
How are you going to make us laugh? That's another thing I'm curious about.
Yes, Aaron, where and when is it?
It's at the Hollywood Palladium in Los Angeles, California, October 25th, 2025. If you can't make it to the live event, you can buy pay-per-view tickets on Veeps. Going to be an awesome event. We're going to blow the roof off.
Let's punch cancer in the face.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
The biggest bully of them all.
All right.
Let's do it. We'll see you all there.
So, thanks, everyone.
The biggest bully of them all, cancer. Incredible. All right, good for them, man. Let's just check out this quick little jailery thing, I suppose, just to see what she deleted. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to place. How do we look on the screen? Not good enough.
iDubbbz content cop on H3 yesterday, and you can't comprehend that was a friend mourning someone that they used to know. I think you're pretty much fucked at this point.
Interesting. All right, I want to see this.
Hi, if you watched that iDubbbz content cop on H3 yesterday, and you can't comprehend that was a friend mourning someone that they used to know, I think you're pretty much fucked at this point.
Listen, here's my thing. Guys. This sphere, Ethan, Hassan, iDubbbz, Anisa, very toxic sphere, and we love it. But you clearly have no fucking clue what you're talking about, okay? We know the lore. You don't even have to think that Ethan's a good person. But what's the reality of this? All right? Whether you think he's good or bad, the guy who's been getting harassed with CPS calls and human skulls sent to his house. All Ethan wanted, and I know he can be petty sometimes, is for iDubbbz to say, hey, we've been to his house multiple times. He doesn't let his kids roll around in shit. Because he doesn't. He was on a stream like, yeah, my dog that I got might have giardia, which, by the way, is very common. And my kids are at that age where they're dumb and they're putting things in their mouth. So the kid might have gotten it. And that turned into, oh, he's letting his kids roll around and poop and eat poop. And it's like, dude, what? What are you talking about? Like, chill out. Anybody with kids would be like, oh, that's normal. And so that's what he wanted, because it was people attached to iDubbbz. Like his wife's very good friend was watching some weird psychotic freak talk into detail about how Ethan lets his kids eat poo-poo and roll around and shit, and it's crazy, and it's so threatening. And then the friend was just like, is this real? Right? And so there's some lore that you got to understand. All right? That wasn't a friend in mourning. That's somebody who decided to be a dumb fuck and ruin his own Creator Clash event and put you at jeopardy because you're part of that event. All right? And I know it's upsetting for you, and that's why you unfollowed me on Instagram, but hey, listen, I'm sorry, but I'm more on Ethan's side here, dude. You know, I'm so sorry. But she deleted this video. I'm assuming she didn't like the backlash that she got. I don't really know. But I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's just a reality. But yeah, you know, you went into this, and I think that it sounds like you're a normal person who went into this drama without understanding the past of this, and you made a very uninformed. You said something very uninformed. Okay. Yeah, everyone knows Ethan can be petty. That's Ethan's biggest problem. Ethan's biggest problem is he's super petty. If he wasn't as petty, a lot more people would be on his side. But you know what? Daddy's got to eat. Oh, Daddy's got to eat, dude. So we love it when he's petty because it causes controversy. We are slightly ashamed slop consumers here, but only a little ashamed. Okay.
And as someone who's on the edge of the alt-right pipeline in 2017,
on the edge. What the fuck does that mean? I'm not trying to be an asshole. I hate when people talk about the alt-right pipeline as if they were ever like on it. I used to say fucking crazy shit when I was a kid. We used to wish horrible things on people when we played Dota 2 and say horrible words. Every word that you know of and that you don't know of, we used to say. I wasn't anywhere close to this alt-right pipeline. I feel like a lot of you guys are like, alt-right pipeline. It's really like over-energized your arguments. It's just like, chill the fuck out. Okay? Chill the fuck out. Relax a little bit. You want to know what else pushes people to the alt-right pipeline? People on the left who are too fucking left-leaning and like don't create comfortable spaces for some of these people, especially young men that are horny and autistic. We need to create comfortable spaces for them. So quiet down a little bit and let them jack off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a sex robot? I don't know. All right.
I'm really, 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 really proud of iDubbbz. I feel very proud to be an iDubbbz fan today.
Great. I don't. I think iDubbbz is fucking pathetic. And let me explain to you why. When iDubbbz first started to do this whole thing where he's like, I wish I was a better... I don't like the exact way I operated. I was actually on the guy's side. I thought it maybe was a little too overcorrecting originally, but I thought that it was pretty solid. I even remember hopping into his World of Warcraft streams and being like, hey, like, I can appreciate both of you. I even said it to Anisa. I said, I appreciate both of you guys because, like, you know, I'm a flawed man that needs a strong wife, and my wife has been profoundly positive onto me. And I projected myself onto them. And then as I keep seeing this guy do this game where he's constantly telling everybody that he's a good person and that he's changing this and that and overcorrecting and going on streams and saying that criticizing content creators back in the day that would literally just sit there and stare at the screen and not provide any content was somehow him being racist and this and that. And it was like, holy shit. That's insane. And then you see where, you know, where's this guy today? Where the fuck is iDubbbz today? Less successful than he's ever been. From the moment that he started dating this girl, less successful. It's not her fault. It's both of their fault. She's overpowering, and he's a fucking coward that doesn't put up any strong boundaries. And so she steamrolled him, and now he's an unsuccessful fucking loser. All right, that's not obviously your relationship is not doing very well if you are failing downward. If you are fucking barreling down to earth as fast as possible. Okay? Sorry. And so I'm ashamed that I ever projected my relationship onto them, or that I ever projected my fucking lovely, amazing, beautiful, successful, perfect wife onto fucking her. She attached herself onto this guy as she's drained his success. And you want to know what? My wife's been nothing but positive for myself, for mentally, physically, emotionally. My family likes me more. My friends like me more. What has iDubbbz been doing since he got fucking married to Anisa? What does he do? Oh, I'm going to miss one of my best friend's fucking wedding because she's got to go get a tattoo. Go alone. Be pissed off at her. Tell her to cancel the fucking appointment. You're rich. Oh, it's in Australia. You're rich. Fuck off. I might have to poo-poo on the plane. I have horrible back pain from sitting down. I know, tragic struggle. I still manage to do things that need to be done. That's where your life's been. Your relationships are spiraling. They're being destroyed. There's nothing really left. You don't have any meaningful friends. The only people that like you don't even know anything about you, who you are as a person or your history or anything at all. They sit here and they just give you bullshit fucking platitudes for deleting their videos. That's all you have left. Where is the meaning? That's it. That's all you have. Okay? Where the fuck? What are you doing? Sorry. A little worked up. But it's just like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell is going on? We don't even need to explore the specifics. I'm not dog whistling that Anisa's this terrible person. It's iDubbbz's fault. Set a fucking boundary. Be a fucking grown adult. Relationships are about setting and affirming boundaries constantly. Stop rolling over and being fucking weak. You know? iDubbbz is the primary fucking person at fault here. Because I've been in situations where I've been with people that don't know how to set strong boundaries. I'm a strong guy. I steamroll people unintentionally. You know, my wife has been great for that. She stops me from steamrolling. I think it's great. Anisa is clearly a steamroller. And iDubbbz is just fucking concrete. Or cement. What would you do? Concrete, cement, asphalt? It could have been good. Set a fucking boundary. Become bees. Live for 30 years. So, that's all I have to say about that. Got a little worked up there. I'm sorry.
Is now the definition of I have put the work in. I have not only apologized, but I have put the work in.
I said I'm sorry, and I put the work in. What's the work that he put in? What?
To become a better person, not only in my personal life, but online. And
where's that? What? How? His friends are disconnecting from him. Where's the proof that has a better life? Him crying on camera performatively? Destroying relationships with his friends? What are you talking about?
Yeah, maybe the easiest thing you can comment under this video is that I'm biased.
Yeah, me too. But you know what? My bias is fucking based on facts and reality and missing hats.
Because I boxed in that thing.
Ooh, the thing.
But I know I'm not. I know that I'm a good judge of character.
Okay. It's, by the way, just hot take. Little side point. It's okay to be biased, by the way. We like to pretend, oh, I'm not biased. I am, motherfucker. What are you talking about? I'm not going to be biased. I'm biased as fuck. Of course I'm biased towards Ethan's perspective. What the hell are you talking about? Because he's fucking correct, and I hate Hassan. Ever since Hassan sat here and justified the invasion onto Ukraine from Russia, saying that the Crimea River, saying that it was justified that they take over territories, and then even as of today saying, I don't have a side to pick. You don't have a side to pick in a fucking historical genocide where Russia starves Ukrainians out of their land so they can plant Russians and say, it's Russian, it's ours now. What the fuck are you talking about? So I know this stupid motherfucker doesn't give a shit about Palestinian children at all. All he cares about is being anti-West. He's a fucking pussy loser. He doesn't fucking care. What are you talking about? He downplays the fuck out of that because it's a Western presence going against Russia. He downplays China putting fucking Muslims in camps. Why? Because it's not a non-Western presence there, so it's not really that big of a deal. That's it. Why does he go so hard on Israel? Because it's a Western presence in the Middle East. That's it. That's all it is. Just because some of the things he says are true doesn't mean that he's well-intentioned. He's a piece of fucking dog shit. And frankly, I don't think he does anything to raise any awareness for Palestinians. I guarantee you there are tons of people who are sitting there who are not going to vocalize it because it's not worth the fucking drama, that are going to sit there and say, Hassan's coverage of this event has made me care less about Palestinian people because I'm hitting empathy fatigue, especially people who are fucking Jewish and they can hear the goddamn dog whistles over and over and over and over again. Okay? So, enough is enough with this. Well, I'm fighting for Palestine. Get the fuck out of here. You couldn't even advocate for people to vote Kamala Harris, who would have been better for Palestine. You let this sick, demented fuck freak Trump go in there and talk about building hotels or some shit there. What the fuck are you talking about? You want to bitch about a fucking genocide? You didn't do everything that you possibly could have. You should have been sitting there fucking in the street saying, vote for Kamala Harris. Weaponize your young audience that probably don't vote because they don't think anything matters. Make them go vote. Have them go vote for Kamala Harris, Couldn't do that. Couldn't even do the bare fucking minimum. Couldn't even say, please go vote. Oh, the bare minimum. I can't even not drink a Diet Dr. Pepper on fucking stream. Guys, I really care about Palestine, but I won't do the bare minimum. The smallest thing that I could possibly do is not drink a certain fucking soda multiple times in a debate. When you're having a debate about Israel-Palestine, it's fucking insane. What? That is insane. The bare fucking minimum. The smallest degree of something that you had to do. Meanwhile, you work for fucking Amazon, right? Because Amazon owns Twitch. They're on the BDS list. Why haven't you made a separate streaming site for yourself? Where's that going? Why aren't you using platforms like Twitch or YouTube, which I believe Google's on the BDS list too, so that you could have your own website to bull people to donate through there so that Amazon doesn't get money? Why haven't you been doing that? What? The bare fucking minimum. This guy's an advocate unless it actually has an impact on him. Wow, that's fucking awesome. It's just that there's nothing. There's nothing going on there. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing here. What are we doing? We're doing nothing. Can't even not drink soda. That's actually insane. Not that I can't not drink soda. Look at me. I'm morbidly obese. Okay, but at least I'm addicted. I'm just kidding. I only eat all of my calories and then other people's calories.
And I just know the journey that a lot of these people have been through on the internet.
Bro, you're like 24 years old. You don't know fucking anything. What journey do you know? I'm not trying to be an asshole here. Bro, you're 24 years old. You're 24 years old. You got popular doing content when you were, what is that, like 4 years ago during 2020? You were like 20. What life experience do you feel like you have? No offense to anybody, but full offense. If you got popular and you're maintaining your success when you're 18 or 20, what the fuck do you know? What life experience do you have? You're terminally online. You've never worked a job. I'm not sitting here saying I'm not terminally online. I'm very fortunate, but I worked a fucking real career job for 10 fucking years and got my ass handed to me as they took away my fucking my entitlements, my vacation time, added more work to me. I actually know what it's like to exist in the real world. Your life was handed to you at 20 because of COVID. And granted, COVID helped me a lot. And I would be nowhere without it. It gave D-tier fucking people like myself the opportunity to actually get a small audience. And I've been able to maintain that. I'm very grateful. But what life experience do you feel like you have as a 24-year-old that's been financially successful from making online videos of showing yourself off? What are you talking about? What life experience do you have? Where are you? What relatability do you have to anybody? Same thing with iDubbbz. What the fuck? This guy got popular like 20 years old too, right? Like, no, how old was this fucker during his peak? I don't even know. But like, what you guys act like I got so much relatability. What was going on in my fucking life? I know I was part of the alt-right pipeline at 17. Why? Because you liked edgy memes and the N-word? What is it? Oh, that's not the alt-right pipeline. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Stop saying shit like this with your whole ass fucking chest. Stop saying it. Like, just stop. Stop trying to be fucking relatable. Just acknowledge that you don't know what you're just like you're a very fortunate I am too, but you're very fortunate, and it blasted through your formative years. In general, COVID blasted through a lot of people's formative years. It contributed to a lot of antisocial behavior. But stop, don't play this. I know where you're going. Shut up. Get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of fucking people online that never like actually experienced life sit here and tell me, oh, I've experienced this. Fuck. I thought this was going to be a short segment. I'm being absolutely fucking keeping it 100 with you. I thought this was going to be a short segment. I don't think I was going to fucking rant so much so far. You know, I thought that we're going to kind of bang through a few things, have a little fun today, but I'm fucking fired up, dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the hell it is. Oh my God.
And out of everybody, I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty.
Why'd you delete this video?
Proud, I guess.
Wow. This is what iDubbbz loves. He loves a good boy. He loves being a good boy. This pisses me off so much about iDubbbz. He always needs you to tell him he is a good fucking boy. You're a good boy, iDubbbz. Good boy for having on the surface, for what people could see on the surface of you being a nice guy. But when it comes down to it, when it comes to going to your friends' weddings or defending your friends or maintaining relationships, absolutely destroying them. Frankly, I don't really give a fuck too much about the way you present yourself. Well, how the fuck do you treat your friends and family? It doesn't seem like you treat your friends very well, and I doubt you get treated very well by your chosen family. What is this? What is this? Good boy, iDubbbz. Good boy. You're such a good guy. Oh my God, you escaped saying the N-word. Oh, how fucking brave. Could you imagine going on fucking thank you tours, wanting validation for not saying the N-word anymore? That's the bare minimum. And by the way, I'm not sitting here telling you that I don't use bad words, especially in the past. I'm not sitting here telling you that I wasn't a fucking, degenerate Dota 2 player, top 3%, by the way, before it went competitive. I could have been something. But now what am I doing? Yelling at a computer, not reading my donations. I used to do it too, but you don't see me sitting here and looking for fucking constant platitudes. You've had enough time to overcorrect. Everybody goes through it. I overcorrected after I fucking crashed out. Ethan overcorrected after he crashed out. You still overcorrecting. Still looking for good boy points. You want to know what the common denominator here is? Everything you want to fucking hear or not is your weak ass fucking wife. That's what it is. Oh, excuse me, you being weak as well. I'm not trying to be a fucking dickhead, but Jesus Christ. That's how I know. I know Hila's strong because she would hate my wife and my wife would hate her because they're very similar. I don't know if that's true. I have a feeling about it. A little bit of a joke in there for you. But what do you got going on here? We've seen an upward trend of Ethan's career and personal life. I've seen an upward trend with my wife. All we've seen is just like poo-poo downhill. What's going on? Your wife's going online talking about, not even in like a funny joking way, about how much you poop yourself and you fucking smell like shit and your breath smells. She's not even like making little jokes for people. She's having like a venting session publicly. Are you kidding me? If I ever talked to my wife like that or she ever talked about me like that publicly, that's it. That's crazy. Now, we have fun little times. Never on our podcast because the podcast is not for venting. But being goddamn dead serious about that shit, rating you lower than a 10 as your fucking wife because your breath stinks? What the fuck? Some of you may not understand that, but like when you have a fucking spouse, you just don't do shit like that. What the hell is the matter with you? What the fuck? I don't know, dude. Maybe we're just having a fucking crash out today. Kaka Ian. Yeah, Kaka Kleins. Kaka Janma. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. I don't know. And I feel like so many people don't get that. So many people don't get that. It's like one of those things where you just learn it through life experience of having a partner that you actually love and respect. But when you don't have that, I can't communicate to you with some of the fucking things I say. There's no sanctity in that marriage, and I'm not religious dog whistling. Marriage is supposed to be about fucking love and respect. What the hell are you doing? What the fuck? But you wouldn't understand that. All your life is apparently going through the alt-right pipeline when you were 17 because you used to look at edgy memes or something. What the Sigma?
I don't know. Proud of myself.
Good for you.
And proud of the people who
I'm not proud of mine. Maybe that's your problem. I don't know. Maybe this is just me. I'm never proud of myself. I don't give a fuck. My wife's proud of me. That keeps me going. I'm never proud of myself. I'm very insecure about myself and all my accomplishments. My wife's the same way with herself, but we're proud of each other and that keeps us going. Maybe that's me projecting. I feel like it's full of yourself to talk about how proud you are of yourself based on this circumstance, escaping the alt-right pipeline at 17 years old. I was on fucking 9gag looking at the N-word. Oh my God. Alt-right pipeline. What? 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 The fuck? Proud of yourself. I don't even know how fucking conceited I want to act right now. I don't even know. I don't even know how conceited I am. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole here, and maybe I'm reaching, but I get messages from people all the time saying, Pop, I appreciate your commentary, and I feel, especially from young men, hey, I appreciate your commentary, and, you've pulled me away from some more toxic stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I appreciate that. I've been hearing that since I started my content through the ups and downs. Maybe less during the downs. And then my question is, why the fuck did you follow me in the first place? I'm not even kidding. Did you feel like I had a similar impact on you? Why else would you fucking follow me? We were mutuals. There was a small group of us. Well, we would chat a little bit here and there. Is that why you followed me? And the second I start talking pro Ethan Klein, all of a sudden you're like, oh, fuck this guy. You don't think that there's any lingering of... What's the reason you followed me in the first place? You think that any of that reason is still lingering there? Now, you're friends with Ian now, whose wife doesn't even respect him publicly. All right, you want to beat him behind the scenes, be my fucking guest. Okay? But publicly? Fuck are you doing? All right. Maybe that was a little conceited, but I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100 with you guys. Okay? I'm keeping it 100. It's just something to keep in mind, bro. I don't know. Whatever. Jay LeRae.
I still support and proud that I can support them.
Wow.
Also, do you want...
They don't even support you! What the fuck? They ditched your event. They thought it was better for them to make some public hit piece against Ethan Klein. Of all fucking people, Ethan Klein, whose biggest crime is being petty and kind of annoying. By the way, I don't dislike him. Want to say that, just to be clear. That's what he came back on? The most threatening presence is fucking Ethan Klein? I'm not trying to be an asshole. I don't even hate Asmongold. The only time I see his content is when he's sitting here dog whistling the most fucking horrific fucking anti-trans shit in the fucking world. And you came back for Ethan Klein, the guy who says, I think Israel should exist. But what's happening in Gaza is a genocide. That's the guy. You don't come back for Asmongold, the fucking Roach King who made a whole video talking about dog whistling, that fucking Palestinians deserve to die because they have shit culture. I'm paraphrasing him. I don't believe that. You came back for Ethan Klein? Because he's kind of cringe and coughs a lot? I'm stressed. That's what got you? I have tics as well, so I can make fun of it. That's who you decided to come back for. That was your big fucking resounding comeback. You destroyed the chat, every fucking aspect of the public face for Creator Clash 3 after you botched it last year. For Ethan fucking Klein, somebody that you were personal friends with, somebody that has fighters, that people who work for him fight in the event. You get perfectly free publicity just linking yourself to them. That's the guy you decided to go with. It was better for you to say fuck you to cancer charity to go after the Cough King? That was the person that you went after? That's what you decided to fucking point your guns at? Is this not ridiculous? This is not fucking ridiculous. Now if you go after Asmongold, people are just going to say you're Hassan's fucking dog. Because Hassan's been desperate to talk to Asmongold. Please talk to me, blah, blah, blah. Frankly, Asmongold, with his shitty opinions that I've seen, not as toxic as Hassan is, personally. Oh, Hassan's left-leaning? Absolutely. And every left-leaning individual that doesn't follow him looks at him and goes, ew, disgusting. I hate the fucking nasty parts of his fucking community and the nasty shit that he fucking espouses. Espouses? It makes me engage in empathy fatigue. At least with Asmongold, we can be hateful of his opinions and we can bond over that. Okay? I don't know. Sorry, Ethan. I'm upset about the hat. I'm a little upset about it. So that's what you're going to call now, the Off King. Spouts, espouses? Whatever, dude. I don't fucking know words. I'm not here to know words. Yeah, this is giving me white fatigue right here. Jailer is giving me white fatigue. Well, I'm an honorary black guy. I got a BBW wife. White BBW wife, by the way. So, join in the club, baby. Let's finish this fucking nonsense.
Want to win a trip to Tampa to watch Creator Clash 3 this June 28th? Details. There.
That's what she decided to... This is what she decided to do. To plug. This is what Jay LeRae just did. Just to be absolutely clear. she decided to make a video with her ignorant ass take about this whole fucking Ethan and Anisa wife thing to plug Creator Clash, and then she fucking dipped. Do you think that this was helpful? When the entire business model right now of Creator Clash 3 is to take a deep breath, take a step back, and productively disconnect themselves from Ian and Anisa without shitting on them, but saying, hey, we're moving forward in a better direction. Do you think this was the best way to plug this stuff? Well, do you think that is this what your life experience of being part of the alt-right pipeline said was the best way to engage? Hey guys, drama almost killed and possibly actually killed our event. Let's do a little more. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, I got to put you in timeout for 5 minutes for bad words in my chat. Okay, that's fantastic. It's incredible. I don't know. All right, that's all we got for that. End of scene.